Good morning all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday morning, July 2nd, and we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and Triple Qs. And as you can see, basically all you had to do is copy and paste the last 10 trading days, at least the mornings, as we are right now, with 75 minutes to go prior to the opening, reaching new highs, as you can see, in SPY and ES in the pre-market, and also in NQ and Triple Qs. We have the non-farm payroll number coming out in 15-20 minutes. Do you think this market cares? No, because these numbers to me are basically meaningless. You know, if the numbers, if the market likes what it hears, it'll go up. If it doesn't like what it sees, it'll go down initially, and then realize they'll be getting more packages put together, more backstopping by the Fed, and we'll just go back up. So it's just knee-jerk reactions, if anything, if this market decides to pull back off of that number. Remember, we went out with a price spike and a price probe yesterday as the market exploded above C&H's high, and I didn't look back. We go back with a double distribution day. Here's the base of your price spike, and I also like to use M as a new high as a price probe, which right now is being accepted. We've had nothing but price probes. Look at yesterday's, never got into it. We had one this day, they got into it, it held. We had one this day, it's non-stop. The volume is not confirming any of this, but again, that's only one part of the equation, which will play into the bigger picture. But right now, all three of these time frames are incredibly healthy, and that's why trying to pick a top is career ending. As far as destinations this morning, right now, we'll use yesterday's high on both sides, 430.60. Then we have, I believe, 433.12 right now is the pre-market high, but I'm sure that's going to change. On the downside, if we do gap high, we use yesterday's high as the first downside destination of 430.60. Then we have the price probe, L's high of 430.52. Single prints, 429.82 get filled at 78. It's a small set. But again, the big part is C's high and H's high, which is where the base of the price spike is. We were 8 for 8 wide. I use 9 wide. I'm not going to just totally ignore it, but for me, that's not a firm destination as far as stopping. And then we have yesterday's low of 428.80, and SPY actually had a 4-cent gap to 78 cents. And then the other price probe, 428.38 from June 30th. So game plan for this morning. Well, again, whether you're trading now or at 9:30. Obviously, at 8:30, these algos are going to move, so I'd be very careful, right? You know, they'll be all over the place, so I wouldn't have a position prior to 8:30. But until then, or afterwards, once the algos settle down, what's the game plan? Obviously, any gap above yesterday's high that's not too big, you can look to take a long, and you'd be out if the gap fills and they get below L's high. Then again, you could try another long play against the base of the price spike and where the small single prints were. Those are two call plays. If, however, in the next 75 minutes or so, again, they've been front running the overnight high a bunch of times, so depending on where it is, I mean, right now it's not too far from yesterday's high, but if we open close to it, it's a decent risk reward short. It's not because the market's bad, but just because to see if they front run it the first time and come back and at least fill some of this gap, if not the whole thing. These gaps have not held. They've been small. Yesterday's SPY's held by 4 cents. ES did not. So just keep that in mind. So that's another small short play. Again, in the next 75 minutes. If we open somewhere in M's range here, kind of no play for me because, I mean, again, you can take a short against the price probe, be out above L and M, and I would take a long against the base of the price spike, but not right in the middle. I'd want to see this go up closer to the day's high to take a put, out above it, and the same down here, closer to the base of the price spike, take it out if we get accepted below. Right now, we're looking to have higher value. And then on the chart, and again, I will recap all three of these indices from top down tonight, what they're looking like. But right now, look at a weekly. We said we need to get distance. Well, they're certainly attempting to do that, both yesterday, now again today. The key is to hold it. If by some chance this market now gives back a bunch and we close back inside of this previous balance, yes, I'll still call it up, but then the question will be, is that all they want for now? We're going to have to wait till next week then to see if we can take out this week's low, whatever it will be. And then on the daily, I mean, we're getting close to probably historic proportions. We're one time framing up 9 days in a row. This would be day 10 unless we take out yesterday's low. I mean, I have seen the SPY one time frame up 10, 12 days, but I would have to go way back to see if we've had a time where we one time framed up, say, more than 12 days in a row. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap the day and the week at 4 p.m.